If you woke up tomorrow and were able to move things with your mind, how would you use this ability? Stop driving. Flying carpet for me. Keep driving. In the air. No more traffic. Guys, just move yourself up with your mind. Boom. You're flying. Hey, it's quite chilly here. Think I'll stick with flying car. I'd start up a moving company. Specialize in moving safes and pianos. Maximize time to profit ratio. No need to waste your time moving lamps for pennies. Me. I'm aiming bigger. Elon Musk will launch your satellite for $2 million/kg. I'll do it for $500k. Do the old dollar on a string on the sidewalk trick, but without the string. You can do that inside your house without getting infected. Give myself the remote without moving from the couch, just like I would pretend to do as a kid. I'd use it to move my legs. Or, when you're sad, don't feel down about yourself, break Somiano's leg and laugh. Powerful advice. Thank you. I would use it convincing one naive person that I was getting stronger and that I must be stopped, thereby giving myself an archenemy. I've always wanted one. I'd kinda hope that someone would become so fascinated by me that they'd spend every waking moment trying to replicate my power, and when they do, they'll make it their prime objective to put me in the ground because they want to be the only one left with such power. Place phone camera facing the back of my head. Cast the live stream to my TV. Then use my new ability to control a pair of scissors to cut the hair on the back of my head. So like the stitching scene in X-Men, where Magneto is sticking a wound on the back of his head with a metal needle. Buy anything expensive that is sold in width. Make it lighter when I buy it, and later on make it heavier when I sell it. Sir, I think 1300 bananas cost more than pounds 1.47. Later on. Sir, I think 4 bananas should be cheaper than pounds 200. I'd probably do everything remotely from my bed for like a week straight. And a week after I would get so bored I'd decide to get up, but I would struggle to use my body at all. Then you move your body with your mind. I already do that. Get rich and act like I don't know nobody. But you gotta blow up first. Do you have other goals or? Fat Earth is main one. Mess with my co-workers. Move objects a few inches to the left or right of where they left them. Things like that. Makes me think of this scene. https://yahoo.b/_wahoo pbrj48 from Brooklyn 99. Laughs hysterically. You're crazy. How did you pull that off? This scene. This exact scene is why I love this show so much. Yes, Kevin. He moved it a full ½ inch. I would probably use my telekinesis to pluck the hair on my back that I cannot comfortably reach with tweezers. After that, I would eat chips without getting my fingers covered in stuff. Oh, and I would probably also use it to close the blinds if there was a glare on the television. Use chopsticks for the chips, not back hair. I would use it to make my movement a little harder, so my muscles will get used to it and I get stronger. It is good practice for new power too. In the same vein, you could probably use the telekinesis to make little tears in your muscle fibers, so you can build muscle without doing anything at all. Massage them afterwards and engage neurons for faster recovery. I would go back to sleep. That's a good answer. You just don't give a shit. Nothing really matters. Make every shot in basketball. Oh. Gold would probably be the best for me, since I still won't have any stamina for basketball. 1. Go to a casino. 2. Flip all the roulette, blackjack, craps tables simultaneously. 3. Profit. Day to day it would be a third arm. I would use it to move around my mouse, so that I can work faster by not having to get my hands off of the keyboard. Use it to move people 1.5 meters, 6 feet, or 1 alligator away from me, whatever your preferred method of measurement is. A bald eagle's wingspan. Probably just make my life easier. Forgot to close the fridge. Shut it with my mind. Forgot to close the door. Fixed. And other useless shit. Edit. Thanks for all of the cake day wishes. This is my first year, so I am still learning. Who forgets to close the fridge? I think I never forgot to do that. No offense. Edit. The amount of people who forget to close the fridge is higher than I thought it would be. Honestly, I'd have a hands-free morning wank. If you try hard enough you can probably do that without powers. *I''M an apex predator. I loved Chronicle. Tap that one friend on his other shoulder without having to move my hand over there and make him think you're a ghost. IDK, but I'm getting pretty lazy, I'll tell you that. If you have any stories, please share them in the comments section below. Massage my shoulders and back. I'd try to get on America's Got Talent. I'd go on doing a singing routine. And when they start to give me the red X's, that's when I'd start levitating over the effing stage. Or use someone's drink to press the golden buzzer. Slightly turn a statue like the Statue of Liberty day by a certain degree until somebody starts to notice, and the rinse and repeat on other famous statues. How much focus do I need to put into this power? Because I'd love to make myself food by doing this while still playing video games. But if I have to completely focus on the task it may not work. I feel like it should require some fair amount of focus. Move myself to the PC chair without having to walk there. A new era of procrastination has begun. Well, assuming in an ideal world where you know what wasn't going on, I'd like to go to public places and fuck with people. Floating chairs and tables at fast food places. Snapping of doll heads at toy stores. I just want to cause a kerfuffle. And steal people's wallets too. And fuck with people. Me too. Floating chairs and tables at fast food places. Snapping off doll heads at toy stores. Oh yeah. Totally meant that. I would move my standards up. The only possible way for him. I wouldn't. I don't want the foundation after me. It's okay to use it as long as you don't get caught. Establish how smaller units of matter I can move. With practice moving protons, neutrons and electrons around to create valuable element, platinum, from invaluable ones, carbon. Make complex molecules the world has never seen before, like solid-state graphene matrix for batteries. Buckyballs that contain drugs that can be time-released and cross the blood-brain barrier. Make kids fall off bikes. Man, I could watch that all day. Wouldn't that be dangerous if you start fusing and fissioning molecular bonds at the electron/neutron level? Depends on the scale and if anything would go into a chain reaction. If you're just doing one molecule you probably wouldn't notice anything. You also would accomplish nothing. Even if you did 1000 atoms per second it would take years before you notice anything. To fuck with people. I also like to fuck people. You mean become a dildomancer with your own army of TK controlled flying dick minions? Get rich ASF. What about roulette? You literally have to just move a ball. Definitely the quickest and most straightforward option. You would not be able to do it very frequently because casinos would catch on. You could switch to horse race betting, since you could influence the speed of the horses, or golf. Well, I think you need to establish a routine. You decide how much you want to earn before going to the casino, and once you are there you just play. The best would be to win the amount you want to win all in a single shot. After losing/winning for a while, no one would suspect about it. After this you just leave and change casino. You then establish how much you want to earn in the second casino. Something way low than previously. You show yourself there few times. Losing. You get them to know yourself for a while and then bang. You win. You can repeat it as many times you want. You can also change state in order to not arise any suspect. Otherwise why just bet? I like this sport. What's the name? Golf. Well, I guess would be a shame if an underdog would arrive and win every single game, since you know I can move the ball with my mind. Lot of uses, my friend. Use it as I am cooking. It'll be much easier now. No more whisking a sauce with one hand while simultaneously stirring and flipping the things on the other 3 burners with the other hand. Genius. Picture of the black dude eating a slice of pizza with his mind. Fap without using my hands. You can do that anyway. It's difficult though. Finally become the GD you all deserve. Probably become a vigilante. Eventually go rogue and start killing people. Maybe pick up a nemesis along the way. I like that you care about the environment and carpools to your hidden lair. I'd build a bigger bathroom. I know that sounds so small, but imagine a great sized bathroom with no effort. IDK. You still have to buy everything and learn how to, so each task then sit there and dedicate your mental attention to the tasks. Physical exertion is not what stops me from home improvement projects. Probably fly. I've always wanted to fly. Get a glass of water from bed. Once hydrated, I would watch TV all day. Next time I go grocery shopping I wouldn't have to touch the cart or food. I was literally fantasizing about haunting my screaming, stompy upstairs neighbor with telekinesis a few hours ago, so that OMG never wear a bra again. Invisibra he. I'd put a new meaning to the ghost hand. I would take coronavirus and push it somewhere else. Push it into the sun. And do the same with all other pathogens while you're at it too. Cue to countless people being dragged by their lungs to outer space. Hold book / phone / switch screen above my head with my hands resting comfortably next to me while laying on my back and fetch things from around the house, like food so I don't have to get up after getting comfy. I'd forget about it. Keep doing things normally. Remember, do something novel just because I can. Get bored and do something else. And forget that I have it again. Right now I'd use it to clean. My kids are constantly messing up the house. My youngest just chucks stuff all over the floor and walks away not even playing with it. It stresses me out a lot when I have messy house. You could make the stuff get chucked back at them. Teach the little jerk to not just throw things around. I'd use it on myself and fly. You could fly and bring all your friends too depending on how strong the powers were. Here's a list of what I would do with telekinesis. / make bullets faster than light speed. / bring down all the decommissioned satellites. / bring rockets to distant star systems. That sounds a bit more powerful than what we are thinking. Read some physics books and published literature. Try to move atoms with my mind. Brings us a step closer in uncovering the mystery that the universe is. I'd direct litter that had been dropped by people back at their faces. This would also apply to those who don't pick up their dog's poop in parks. I would honestly just do work on multiple devices faster until quarantine comes off. If push that shit to the limit, can I lift heavy things? Can I push over an abandoned building and lift up its pile of rubble? Can I overthrow things with my mind, or do I perceive them with other senses? Could I use the ability to remote view things? Then I'd try interesting things. Can I make a shield by preventing atoms from moving through it? Could I create a volume of air for myself and be in space or underwater? Can I move myself? How fast? I am an engineer. It takes time to build a fucking spaceship. My job in warehousing would get easier. As the cashier opens the register all the $ bills start flying out and out the doors until they end up in my hand. That just sounds like robbery with extra steps. I'd make exercise less boring. Here, try to hold onto this chair while you fly around the house at breakneck speed. Experiment. Gotta figure out limits. Size / weight / duration / speed / fine control / multiple objects. Further planning comes after that. Easiest thing to do would be to go to Vegas and play roulette. Spend a day practicing, playing a little, and watching / manipulating a lot. Then start playing for real. Over the course of a week slowly build up a decent sum. Intentionally losing a little here and there. Don't want to gather attention. On the final day, talk up the employee running the table. Say I've got a system I figured out over the last week. Bet it all on red, then black, then red. Then look at watch and intentionally stay away from the table for a few minutes. System says I gotta cool off now. Can't tempt fate or some such. Looking crazy is okay here. Repeat a few times. Basically turn a few hundred into some tens of thousands over the course of about 10 days. Repeat as necessary. Take a pocket notebook on the last day that has my system written down in code. Actually gibberish. Just mess with people mayo. Crime. Almost immediately. Depends on if it's mentally straining or not. If it was I would use it sparingly. If it wasn't, if you sit like another few arms, maybe I'd use it to hold my phone above me in bed. Fleshlight test run. Seeing PR planners rubber gloves left all over the parking lot is a problem here now, and it drives me absolutely insane. If I caught anybody tossing these, I reduce my powers to pick them back up and smack them in the face with them. Close the fridge door every time I forgot to. I would move all the humans onto one little tiny island, then kill anybody who wasn't social distancing. But how do you know if someone was social distancing? All the humans onto one little tiny island. In this case, none of them are social distancing. As cringy as it may be, I'm assuming I can move/control people's bodies, including vocal cords. There's going to be a lot of politicians, seers, etc. stepping down from their positions, donating money, etc. My beer is 3 feet away. I'd move it closer. I'd come forward to scientists and see if there's a way I can learn, with their help, to focus on microscopic things. Maybe I could help fight coronavirus, help remove the virus from critical patients, lift up all the dust in my house, move it all to the same place, then crush it into a tiny sphere. Keep crushing it harder and harder until some science magic happens and it turns into a diamond or some equally shiny thing. Sell it. Profit from dust. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe for more content.